you, and it's nice to have you here on this side of the wall.
Thanks for having me.
Charlie, what are you working on?
Well, we actually put together an investigation of a local nursing home. This all started with a tip from a viewer. I know a lot of viewers think that, why bother calling? It'll never get through. But we got a phone call from a lady in a nursing home who said, you have to help me. Please help me. They're mistreating me in this nursing home. And this poor woman, she had no family. She was homeless before she went in the nursing home. And we decided to look into it for her. So we went there, visited in person, but then we kind of followed the paper trail and really have come across quite a story here. This is one of the lowest rated nursing homes in Western New York. And we found that really it was not an anomaly. A lot of these places, unfortunately people are spending what it should be their golden years in these places. And so we've put together a report here that will show people kind of the other side, what the brochures don't show you, but also give you some tools to look into nursing homes yourself.
Okay, do we have a clip you want to show us?
Absolutely. This facility was a little, one of the first things that jumped out to us was that the facility is actually blocked off from the rest of the city by a chain link fence. I don't know if they're trying to keep the patients in or keep the city out, but I thought, wow, what a visual. That was so kind of bizarre. And one of the things here, a lot of these nursing homes, the brochures look beautiful and the signs look great. And what happens is quite a few nursing homes are actually owned by out-of-state investors. And they come in and they buy these places, and there's a lot of money to be made. And of course, there's nothing wrong with making money. But what one of the local attorneys told me was that there's something wrong with stealing money. And if you are taking someone's money and you're not providing that service, then that is stealing.
Right, and they cut down on the staff, and it's they just cut a lot of corners to make their money. Yeah,
and really the big cash cow here is Medicare and Medicaid. A lot of these nursing homes, if they do accept Medicaid, that's basically guaranteed government money here. So the more people they can accept, the better. Now, of course, the other side of that is that they're dealing with a population here that most nursing homes don't want. These are the kind of forgotten people, and it is really tough. And there are good people inside this nursing home and many others who are really working hard. They're doing the best they can, but like you said, they're understaffed. And they're up against it. They're pushing, the boulder up the mountain here.
Charlie, it's so sad when here this woman had to contact you herself. We're always talking to people about staying close to your loved ones if they are in a nursing home facility so you can be their eyes and ears. But when that's not possible, we have a lot of people who just don't have relatives anymore, and they're at the mercy of their surroundings. That's right.
And, one of the good things that we came across was the federal government, they give out Medicare and Medicaid money, but they do have a rating system. It's a 5-star ratings. 5 stars is the best, 1 star is the worst. This nursing home, Niagara Rehab and Nursing in Niagara Falls, is actually a 1-star rating. But if you have a loved one who's in a nursing home, go on Medicare.gov or just type into Google nursing home compare, and you can actually see what your nursing home is rated. You can put 2 side by side, and you can read through all of the reports, all the reports that we got. We really did not have to fight for them. They're all public, they're online, so there is a lot of information out there if you can find it.
So we need to do our homework too before making those decisions.
That's right, just as if you'd check out reviews of a restaurant or a hotel before you'd go there. I mean, we're talking about a huge decision about where to put your mother or your father or your aunt and uncle, and we're all going to be there someday.
Yeah, so. That's right, and more than ever now with this aging population. Charlie, is there any recourse for this poor woman?
Yeah, things have started to get better for her after we started asking questions. And I did actually speak to her last night. It's been a while since I spoke with her, and we actually did not include her in our piece, but she led us kind of down the right path. And unfortunately, with a lot of whistleblowers, the heat is now on her because she has exposed something. But as I said to her last night, you're doing something good. You're doing the right thing, and just hang in there. And the state really, since we started asking these questions, has really started paying attention to this. And they've had inspectors there just last month, so you can only hope that things will get better.
Yeah, these stories really get to you. Because, I mean, these are people who have paid taxes, they've worked their whole life, and now they're in a facility, and as one ad says, they're there to live, they're not there to die, and you want to see people taken care of. Which Eyewitness News broadcast will we see this on?
This will be on the 11 o'clock tonight. And one other thing, there's actually going to be a whole new thing we're doing here. The way we display this story online, it's our new long form format. So the full broadcast from 11 p.m. will be on there, but we're going to have a whole bunch of additional information, interviews that we weren't able to include. We're going to have the actual documents online. It's going to be a really nice visual presentation, and that'll all be right on WKBW.com after 11 tonight.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because we have another opportunity why people should be going to WKBW, because with the winter weather coming up, we have more information there that you're going to want to know about. Truly, thank you so much for giving us a heads up. We'll be watching tonight at 11. Charlie Specht, everybody, our investigative reporter about nursing home neglect. All right, and as we